Have you ever reached a point where everything you once dreamed of finally became real, yet somehow you felt more empty than fulfilled? From the outside, people see success, discipline, wins, and consistency. They see progress, they see confidence. What they don't see is the quiet internal battle that starts when your passion slowly turns into pressure. At the beginning, it was freedom, it was excitement, it was a place to escape the noise of life. Somewhere along the way, that place became an obligation, not because someone forced it on you, but because you tied your worth to it without realizing it. At first, the work felt pure. You showed up because you wanted to. You trained because it made you feel alive. Every small improvement felt like proof that you were becoming more than you were yesterday. But as the expectations grew, something shifted. The joy slowly got replaced by responsibility. The love turned into fear. Fear of losing what you built. Fear of not being enough if you stopped. Fear of disappointing people who believed in you. That's the dangerous part of success. You don't notice when your identity gets trapped inside your achievement. You wake up every day not asking, "Do I want this?" but instead, "What happens if I don't do this?" And suddenly, the choice doesn't feel free anymore. It feels necessary, like you have to keep going just to justify your existence. There comes a moment where you look in the mirror and ask yourself a hard question. If all of this disappeared tomorrow, would I still be okay with who I am? Would I still respect myself if the titles, the recognition, and the validation were gone? That question hits deep because most people never stop long enough to ask it honestly. The truth is, chasing greatness can slowly pull you away from living. You start measuring your days by outcomes instead of experiences. You stop being present. Meals become stress. Sleep becomes guilt. Every moment becomes a calculation. Am I doing enough? Am I falling behind? Am I still good enough to deserve what I have? Even when you're winning, your mind doesn't let you enjoy it because it's already worried about losing. And the strange thing is, the thing that once gave you purpose now drains you. Not because it's wrong, but because the reason you're doing it has changed. You didn't fall in love with the pressure. You fell in love with the process. Somewhere along the way, you forgot that. There's a powerful realization that comes when you finally slow down and listen to yourself. Growth doesn't always mean pushing harder. Sometimes it means stepping back and asking why you're pushing at all. Just because something made you strong once doesn't mean it still serves you the same way forever. People evolve, values shift, and that doesn't mean you failed. It means you're becoming more aware. What makes the journey meaningful isn't the trophy at the end. It's discovering what you're capable of when everything feels impossible. It's the moments where you thought you couldn't continue, yet you did. Not because you were guaranteed success, but because you refused to quit on yourself. That belief doesn't come from winning. It comes from surviving the struggle. There are times when you're exhausted, hungry, doubting yourself, and still showing up. Those moments shape you more than any celebration ever could. They teach you discipline. They teach you resilience. They teach you that your limits are often illusions created by fear. And once you break through them, you carry that confidence into every area of life. Pressure is an interesting thing. Most people see it as a burden, but pressure is often a sign that you're standing somewhere meaningful. It means you care. It means something is at stake. When you learn to own that pressure instead of letting it own you, it becomes fuel. The problem only starts when you forget that you have a choice in how you carry it. A strong mindset isn't about never doubting yourself. It's about continuing forward even when doubt is loud. It's about understanding that fear doesn't disqualify you. Giving up does. Champions aren't fearless. They are committed. They don't wait to feel ready. They act despite uncertainty. Sometimes people start their journey from a place of insecurity, from feeling not good enough. And while that may not be the healthiest long-term fuel, it can still be the spark that gets them moving. The important part is not where you started, but whether you grow beyond that reason. Many people never even begin because they're waiting to feel confident first. Confidence is built in motion, not before it. There comes a phase where achieving more doesn't fill the void anymore. You realize success alone doesn't complete you. It exposes you, it forces you to confront yourself. And that's uncomfortable, but it's also necessary. Because once you see that external achievements can't fix internal emptiness, you start looking inward instead of outward. Losing direction doesn't mean you're lost forever. Sometimes it's a signal that your old path no longer aligns with who you're becoming. And while that uncertainty feels scary, it also creates space for something new, something more honest, something more balanced. Structure, discipline, and routine often get blamed when people feel burnt out, but many times those things are actually what keep us grounded. It's not the effort that breaks us, it's attaching our entire worth to the result. When you remove the pressure of outcome and return to intention, the same work starts to feel different again. There's something powerful about choosing to work hard when you don't have to, training because you love it, showing up because it clears your mind, pushing yourself because it builds confidence, not because you're afraid of falling behind. That's when passion feels clean again. Life doesn't move in a straight line. It's cycles of clarity and confusion, strength and fatigue, direction and doubt. And through all of it, having one constant that you can rely on, something within your control, can anchor you. Something simple, something physical, something honest. You don't need to have everything figured out to take the next step. You just need to take one. When you feel lost, don't rush to escape it. Sometimes being lost is what leads you to something better than you planned. Keep moving, keep building, keep showing up for yourself. Not for validation, not for approval, but because becoming stronger mentally and physically gives you the clarity to figure the rest out. And in the end, the goal isn't to prove your worth to the world, it's to know it yourself, even when no one is watching.